Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic Dinosaur Super Friends. There's certainly a lot. Well, there is only two, but they're very specific. There are a couple other planeswalkers that do the things I'm looking for. Domri Anarch of Bolas to start. I've used it quite a lot in the past, trying out how this feels. 4 copies of this, replacing the 4 copies I had of Topiary Stomper. Domri, of course, ramps, fights, so it's removal, protects against counter spells, powers up everything else. Definitely something I'm excited for. 5 ways, yes. Happy Friday, everybody watching right now. Later on, it may not be a Friday, but hopefully it's a good day, wherever you are. Oh, man. Domri's been doing the trick, I must say. There's enough other creatures that, likely I have something down. Domri can fight with that creature, take out a wide range of stuff, of course, powering up enough. Possibly Rampaging Raptor. Getting that to 5, it might trade with Shieldred, of course. However, there's something else kind of similar to Domri, yes. Super friendly dinos, Dr. Gazooks, absolutely. 4 copies of Lukka. Some of you guys may say 4 of this and 4 Domri is too much. But I want to see Lukka as much as possible. If I see a second copy of Lukka, I'm just going to remove a bunch more. Or I make a 3/3 beast with Toxic 1 with the first one, play a second one, make another beast, maybe I sweep. There's lots of stuff that can happen. Some planeswalkers, they don't do anything if you see a second copy, but another one is going to mean more removal, but 4 of course means I see it as much, well, the best chance possible to see at least one of these. Now possibly I could trim, 1 or 2 Lukkas, maybe 1 Domri, bring in 2 Chandra, Torch of Defiance, 2 and 2 red, +1, exile the top card if you play it. Well, you can play it until the end of your turn, but if you don't play it, 2 damage to the opponent. The other +1, you make 2 red, and then -3, 4 damage to target creature. And her ultimate, if you get there, whenever you cast a spell, you deal 5 damage to any target. So I think she does a similar thing. She's removal, she's ramp, card advantage. Domri is removal and ramp. Lukka is removal and ramp. And chances are I still may not want to see a second copy of this or Domri. So just mixing in Chandra. One of the Chandras, I think, would be pretty fantastic. Otherwise, well, things are fairly similar. The sideboard is pretty crazy. A Tally, Primal Conqueror. I just felt like I had a ton of ramp, oftentimes, and I was getting flooded still with 20 lands. So I did the crazy thing. Or 22 lands. So I did the crazy thing. I went down to 20. Oh my goodness. Boom. That's, who would ever do that? Insane. Absolutely. Of course, 12 things for 2. Very good chance to see that. Get us a little bit ahead. We get to 3. We get Domri. We get Lukka. Tons of ramp right there. Well, we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be pretty fantastic. 20 lands. Yes, crazy time. There is 20 things. A third of the deck that ramps. That ramp is also removal. Lukka is 2 mana, so it's kind of like it ramps twice. Gets me 2 ahead. Castle Garenbrig gets me 2 ahead. Hard to say. Could you consider Castle Garenbrig as if it was 2 lands if I'm often using it to play Tranix Rex and Carnage Tyrant? So is it kind of like it's not 20 lands? Is it like it's 21? It's hard to say how you would calculate that and factor it in, but definitely Castle Garenbrig effectively tapping for 2 green. I mean, it's more than 1 land's worth, so that is something. Plus, the ramping with all this stuff seems to get the job done. And the sideboard, well, Carnage Tyrant, 4 copies of that, Tranix Rex, Galta, Primal Hunger, the All-Stars, the ones that are my favorite. Some of you guys like a little bit more of an aggressive list. Of course, a little bit of a lower curve, but I just can't stay away from the big scary top end. But Back to Nature is back in. 5 color fires of Invention, Enigmatic Incarnation, Karuga fires, whatever you want to call it. I'm still seeing it a fair bit. And Auras again, like I mentioned last night. We'll see if we face that. Gotta keep it in. I don't want to leave home without it. Shifting Ceratops, of course, got to be somewhere in the mix. Possibly could switch Shifting for maybe Carnage Turn, something like that. But I think there's tons of ramp will still fairly easily get to this, so I might as well start off with it. Tranquil Fillbank. Oof. See if we face Izzet, Torrential Gearhulk, Indomitable Creativity, Magma Opus, exile the graveyard, destroy Torrential Gearhulk, straight up. That's where it's at. Gain some life. Love it, love it. Karn Silex. Oh, I wanted to try this. The Sweeper. The Sweeper that helps against Mono Red. Brave the Elements doesn't help. Doesn't save them. Rakdos Sacrifice. Smoked. Anything cheap? Smoke them. I can play this for 3. Next turn, maybe I pay 4 for X, which is quite a bit, but would still have Regisaur Alpha left. Lukka. Carnage Tyrant. Lots of the big stuff. Maybe I've landed the big things, but it still doesn't make sense to attack based on all their stuff that they have out. Boom, Karn Silex, smoke and sweep just about everything they have. Shieldred, hey, if I pay 4 for X, destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 4 or less. That's pretty devastating. That's going to punch right through. If Lukka hasn't punched right through already, but sometimes Lukka could be a little bit slow. Perhaps maybe trim Lukka, bring in Karn Silex, or trim Tyrannix Rex. We'll see how we feel and what we face. But we cover Artifact, Enchantment Destruction, cheap stuff. Nah. Karn Silex to smoke just about, well, a lot of stuff that's brought me pain. So I want to see the thing, or increase the chances of seeing it as often as possible. Now, versatile. Hit a bunch. What's my favorite color, Dr. Gazooks? I don't know. I guess definitely it would be green. The mixture of red and green for sure, but yeah. Gotta be green. Gotta be green. That was my favorite when I started years ago. 15, maybe 17 years ago. Something like that. And not this hand though. I would hope for at least something for 2. Or have 3 lands plus all that mixture of stuff. Okay, that is definitely much better. Send the tally to the bottom. Of course, it would be nice to keep it, but play it as safe as possible. We should be getting this Thunderherd migration off, I assume. There's the mono-white humans that I mentioned. Hopefully Karn's Silex shines. Oh, in general. It is green, actually. Yeah, I actually have a green collection. I wasn't not even joking, yeah. Not sure where my green collection is. It's like a green pepper pencil sharpener, green dishcloth, green pickle for an ornament. Some people use that for their Christmas trees. Yeah, it's probably, I don't know how much it is. It's a lot of green stuff, either way. Maybe if I dig up my green collection, I'll show it to you guys at some point. Invasion of Gobakhan. That is going to be rough stuff. Of course, mono white starting off. I mean, Rampaging Raptor, we'll get that down. That's going to hopefully deter the aggression from Recruitment Officer, or we'll see Ossification, Brutal Cathar going to exile. Rampaging right here. Something. Giant Killer, also pretty good. Oh, okay, good stuff, good stuff. So we do have the same traditions. Yeah, it's a wish or something. I think it's German, maybe. Something like that. Well, I'm just going to try for a third Rampaging. Hopefully stop this attacking from the Recruitment Officer. Possibly fight him with Domri next turn. Hopefully they don't have more removal, but I bet that is maybe going to happen. Okay. Good stuff. Nobody attacked, of course, which is lovely. We get to go Domri, get to take out the recruitment officer, and we get to get him. I like that. No. Yeah, I should look that up. German pickle. Huh. Let me quick Google it. I'll let this mono white player stew in their own demise, potentially. Ah, yes, it is a German tradition. Just some very quick Googling for you guys. Boom. There you go. Yeah, well, that tends to do the trick, as I was worried. They got the brutal Cathar. Not much we can do about that. Wow. Germans, they got a lot of good stuff. Train X, I mean, we could get it down, but you really want to just smoke them, I imagine. Lukka. Yeah, let's do that. Lukka instead. For Karn Silex. Lukka, -4, deal X damage, where X is the greatest power among creatures we control. It's the thing that would take out multiple things, but if Karn Silex is just going to take out absolutely everything that they have, yeah. I should play a game. You guys tell me to Google something as fast as possible, and then I do so. That'd be kind of cool. Or, actually, if you have a favorite item, a blanket you had when you were a kid, a book, a cookbook, if your family uses an old cookbook that, you just want a copy of, make a game of it. You give me as much of a description and details as possible. Boom. Then I try to find it on eBay as soon as I can. I'm pretty good at that. That'd be kind of cool. This should do all right, though. 2 lands, 2 maraudings, Thunderherd Migration. Hopefully some of this stuff sticks around. Possibly, yeah. I think it could. I've always wondered about Urza's Silex. Definitely Marauding Raptor. Karn Silex, maybe? Urza's Silex needing white, though. I'm pretty sure Urza's is the one that needs white. That'd be kind of rough for me, at least, but maybe I'll try it one time. Then I'll take it out. That's perfectly all right by me. Certainly would have been nice to get another land, so we'll get that with Thunderherd Migration at the very least. Definitely need another source of red for Rampaging Raptor there. Alrighty. Ah, yes, okay. They got the brutal Cathar once again. Yeah, I was always intrigued by that. It's land destruction. Kind of made something work with land destruction in Historic. Historic Dino Hansa, they call it. Red and green, land destruction, land control, that sort of thing. What are they going to do with the brutal Cathar, though? Well, sometimes you just lose. Huntmaster is definitely not going to be saving us. We didn't see the Karn Silex. That certainly could have helped out big time. But yeah, maybe I want to try something with land destruction. I definitely want to try land destruction when I do face Lotus Fields. That's something also to keep in mind. I'll bring that up quickly before we jump into the next match here. But there is a way to get hexproof off of permanents, not just non-land permanents. You guys may have seen this before. I've shown it a few times. Mention it as potential tech against that. Shadow Spear, you pay 1 permanents. Your opponents control lose hexproof and indestructible. So Darksteel Citadel, Cascading Cataracts, they both have indestructible. But Lotus Field, mainly it is Lotus Field. Boom. Loses hexproof, we destroy it with whatever we need to do to get it gone. So that's good. That comment reminded me of maybe trying this. Once Lotus Field becomes popular on Explorer, it's definitely going to be something I consider. But let's look at Urza's Silex too. Yeah. 3, 2 and 2 white, tap it, exile it. Each player chooses 6 lands they control. Destroy all other permanents. So, I mean, it might not destroy any lands. It could potentially destroy a few lands if the game has gone on long enough and that player has, 8 or 9. But if they still get to keep 6, it makes me wonder, is it going to be enough of an impact? Of course, it destroys most other permanents, but that could be nice. Interesting. You don't have to pay a whole lot to basically destroy everything. But still, I think Karn Silex kind of makes pretty good sense for me. If I only name 4 or 3, I'm still left with all the big stuff. But with Urza Silex, I would destroy all of my dinos, unfortunately. Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. One day, Urza's Ruinous Blast also, I kind of like that. Anything that destroys lands. It's on the back of my mind. Oh, yes. Yes, as something with indestructible wouldn't get destroyed. Oh, I think we can work with that. 2 lands, Thunderherd Migration. Hopefully getting to 4 lands on turn 3. Lukka for 4. Possibly play something else for 2. That's going to be ideal. Oh, okay, well, there it is. Yeah, Regis or Alpha, I guess. Hopefully they don't have Spell Pierce. Maybe they do. Phew. Do I need 2 red? Well, I may need more green instead. Karplusan Forest is that 1 red. I got 2. Yeah, I could see myself needing 2 green. More than 2 red. Well, it's not another land, unfortunately. Of course, the 2 Atalis. That's the 2 lands that I did remove. So in this particular instance, it definitely would have done the trick with Atali being that land. Playing Lukka, Regis or Alpha. Let's see it next turn. I imagine they're going to take out Huntmaster, or they just save the counterspell. Probably for Domri here, unfortunately. Yeah, this is not the end of the world. Oh yes, we've got Indomitable Creativity. Coming in hot this turn, cheating out Atraxa, I think. They got it. Atraxa, or it's probably Atraxa. It's not. Good. This is very, very nice indeed, I must say. Oh, phew, we got the land. I'm going to try for Lukka instead. Let's go for it. No counterspell. Negate. Yes. We're burning up those counterspells, hopefully getting Regis Ralph next turn, but of course there's not a whole lot you can do. It would be nice, I must say, to start off with Shifting Ceratops, but you can't always have everything against everything to begin with. Shifting, of course, Having protection from blue doesn't take any damage from Atraxa. Cross your fingers they don't gain or get anything too painful. Sometimes it's not that bad. I think that definitely will be it. See what we draw next turn at least. Flipping the tally though, man, that would be splendid. Possibly Galta next turn, could be nice. We do have a few hits that we can take from Atraxa. At the very least, Volcanic Spite is going to take out somebody, unfortunately. Probably that Dino token, or they double up on removal to take out Regis or Alpha. On a tally next turn actually would be pretty fantastic. So hopefully Huntmaster sticks around. They do something to someone, they kind of use their mana up, and we don't have to worry too much. Pretty sure that Volcanic Spite is. Let's take it somebody out. Carnage Taunt, well, that is good. I'm going to try for Galta. Excuse me, okay, so they may not have a counterspell, potentially. Good, good. So it seems like I could have gotten a tally. We got a slim chance to get some stuff done. Of course, I'll hit him with this. I don't think Atraxa would ever block it. It's alright. We might get a nice hit with another land next turn and be off to the races. As long as they don't take out Regis or Alpha. Okay. Cross your fingers for something good. Or Stomp from Bone Crusher Giant. Lots of things actually still could finish us off. Being at 2 life, unfortunately. They gotta do something at some point. The Shark Typhoon. Let's see that next land. A tally, you can do it. That's not a tally. Carnage Giant, I'd get to attack with. Yeah, that's something. It's too bad they aren't at 17. If I attacked them with Galta and Carnage Giant, Atraxa would have to block. If she didn't, they would die. And that's pretty sweet. Close. Close-ish. If it would have been just a little bit better. I see the Shark Typhoon, I see Fable of the Mirror Breaker stuff in here. I didn't see Torrential Gearhawk, so I don't think that is going to be happening. Keep it as is. Of course, there's those counter spells. Carnage Tyrant and Tyrannix Rex, pretty fantastic. And possibly Lukka could just straight up shoot Atraxa right out of the sky. Rampaging Raptor, I power it up. Maybe it's sitting at 5 power with Domri. Boom. Use its ability once, get it to 7. That 7 lining right up with Atraxa's 7 toughness. Yeah, no. Keep it like that. I think it's going to go better. Certainly that was, I mean, it was fairly rough, but we'll get there. I can work with that. I can work with that. Perhaps Domri gets answered, but I think that is fairly decent. A good chance to see something for 2 by turn 2. 12 things for 2, of course, is it's not quite, but it's the forced land. That's pretty lovely as well. No counterspell. Oh boy, here goes nothing. Nuts. Oh, okay, it's not. Wow. Phew. So perhaps they don't have a counter spell. I imagine if they did, definitely Domri was going down. Yeah, you wouldn't want him to connect. Maybe they do have removal for him, potentially. Or they thought he was staying at 3 and they were going to use Volcanic Spite to take him out. Or bounce him or something. Oh, well, that does change. Oh, there's the Thunderherd Migration to boot. Do I like Lukka? Oh, yeah, I like Lukka for 5. What am I talking about? Yes, please. Boom. Beautiful. Make that little token. Love it. Hopefully they can't take it out. I imagine Lukka and Domri are both going to stick around. Just feels pretty good to get both the Superfriends down. Hopefully they don't go Indomitable Creativity right now, but I highly suspect that's coming up. Well, I'll definitely try and save him, that's for sure. Indomitable Creativity targeting that treasure, which should be okay. Carnage Tyrant next turn. Lukka uses its ability, getting rid of Atraxa. Oh, that's where it's at, folks. Boom. And the lemons. I think we got a decent chance. Taking her out right away. No life gain happening. I like it. Although if they play land untapped, maybe that's going to be problematic. Oh, they have to discard because they drew so much. Yes, so that's the downfall. You get lots of good stuff, but then you got to give away that good stuff. Domri rampant. Let's get to 6. Let's get Carnage. Oh, do it. Shoot her out of the sky. Don't ask questions. Boom. Phew. Hopefully that bought us some time. Certainly it's nice to now have a 4-3 and an 8-6. If I see another Lukka, I just smoke people once again. And of course with 4 copies, there's a decent chance to see that. Get another one. Nuts. Well, they'll keep grabbing her, and we'll keep getting rid of her. Of course, I'll attack with Carnage Tyrant. They wouldn't want to take 8, because then if they take 8 to the face, then it would use the Domri to fight Carnage Tyrant afterwards. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So Atraxa is going to... Oh, interesting. Yeah, Atraxa is going to block Carnage Tyrant. Okay, good. I like it. We still go with the lovely Regis. Yeah, that's weird. I would have blocked Carnage Tyrant. They would have taken 1, but gained 7. Instead, they took 8 and gained 7. Definitely worse. Now we still have a lovely 5-4 or 4-3, possibly getting Tyrannosaurus Rex next turn. If I draw another land, and Domri is still sticking around. At the very least, Thunderherd Migration, or if they play a little creature, Domri can fight it. But then I play the second copy to fight something else. Shark Typhoon would not be so good. Maybe they're thinking about that. Oh, Okay, not so bad either. Now they're getting desperate now. I mean, it is a little bit unfortunate losing Domri. However, Castle Garenbrig would get us to Tyrannosaurus Rex. Unfortunately, that is not the case. So, yes, just making sure I could still play Domri. We get Tyrannosaurus Rex next turn. We get Domri. We power up everybody, and we're off to the races, I think. Certainly is pretty nice. Persevering through two. Not one, but two Atraxas. They're still not making it happen. That's pretty good. Yeah, we're at 7. Tyrannosaurus Rex would finish them off straight up, even without the buff from Domri, bringing it to 9 power. Take a Regisaur Alpha and still die. Do it. Well, they do have Ether Gust, so we got to keep that in mind. I'm going to try and get Ether Gust burnt on Marauding. I don't think they'll do it. Well, we'll see. Well, that's okay. Because hopefully that still means Tyrannosaurus Rex this turn. Maybe not. Cross your fingers. They don't have a second one. Oh boy. What's it gonna be? They don't have a second one. Oh, lovely stuff. That's how you do it. Man, that was sweet. Get him. Man, two Atraxas. 2 resolved Atraxas. They got a bunch of stuff and it did not matter. Lovely, lovely. But I'm happy. They let Carnage Tyrant connect. Then I just fought with Domri and we got the job done. I think I'll still keep it like that. I like Carnage Tyrant. 7 power. Lines up with Atraxa, Tyrannosaurus Rex as well. I like him for that fact. Certainly came into effect that previous game. Hopefully it's much of the same. And also I just love Lukka's voiceover line whenever he enters. Or I think whenever he does stuff, he's like this robotic, kill them all. I was thinking of maybe trimming out his art and then kind of making an emote whenever he says it, or whenever I want to play it. He just pops up onto the screen, says his line, and whew, scary stuff. Certainly nice to finally be seeing Castle Garenbrig's. Those have been a little non-existent. Do they have a counterspell? That's the question. Marauding doesn't power anything out, likely could get killed by Volcanic Spite. Thunderherd Migration might be the best thing as something to resolve. Maybe. Oh, it does. Oh, phew. So perhaps that means they only had something that deals damage. Or they were going to go Impulse anyways. They have a counterspell, they have removal. But we got Thunderherd Migration. Now it's all uphill from here. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Not Fable. Well, that's certainly a welcome change. Well, we got a bunch of lands. We have 2 to pay for whatchamacallit. Volcanic Spike coming up though. Gotta be, no? Yes? No? Howdy, Pterosaurus, how's it going? Yes, this is Dinosaur Superfriends. The previous game, absolutely stunning. I destroyed not one Atraxa, but 2 Atraxas in one game. They resolved one, got a bunch of cards, killed her. They got a second one out, killed her. But then I killed them with a 9-8 Tyrannix Rex because of Domri, Anarch of Bolas. Wow, it was a pretty fantastic finish. They got to do something to Marauding Raptor this turn. They get Atraxa, yeah, we get Hasty Tyrannix Rex. Indomitable Creativity, destroying that artifact, maybe. Maybe not. Well, no Indomitable Creativity this turn, at least. We'll try for Regisaur. Of course, I'm getting a little bit flooded. That's not the worst thing when it means I get to play T-Rex. T-Rex Rex. Oh boy. I still think Indomitable Creativity has to be coming down. Maybe they use one of those treasures. They're making a second one here. But one of those for Fiery Impulse. Or something that will deal with Regisaur Alpha. Bounce it. Take out the token. I think they do want to preserve those, though. Just hope they don't get you-know-what this turn. Tobias, how's it going? Yes. Hey, that's alright. That's alright. Christmas tree pickles. Oh, they are not. Huh. Yes, like fortune cookies. There's a lot of stuff that unfortunately doesn't actually line up with the part of the world where everyone thinks it does. And you go to that part of the world, you mention this tradition. Oh, so you guys, you Germans, you have the pickles on your Christmas tree, and you just get some confused looks. And yeah, just as good. I do love fortune cookies, though. Oh, Ether Gust. I was worried about that. Definitely got to keep Tyrannix Rex there, for sure. No point in attacking. They'd gain 7 life, and then this turn when they attack, they'd also gain 7 life, so it definitely doesn't make sense. They know Tyrannix Rex is coming up. They got to do something at some point, and yeah, even with 20 lands, you can see how you get flooded. Pickles don't grow. I don't know. I've seen some cucumber plants kind of look like trees. If you have the frame, the creeping part where the cucumber plant can just kind of snake up, then you plant it early enough, the stalk or the stem or whatever gets big, then all these pickles are on it. It kind of does look like a tree, or at least a cucumber bush. Then you make those lovely, lovely pickles afterwards. Maybe we top deck another Tyrannix Rex next turn. Kill him with poison counters, potentially. Can't target him, which is nice. Maybe they got something up their sleeve. Shark Typhoon. Combining blocking. Okay, that... Oh, maybe not. Huh. Well, it's Tyrannix Rex, another one. As DJ Khaled says, another one. Hopefully. Another Atraxa. Hullbreaker Horror. Well, that's kind of rough. It's probably going to do it, I would imagine. Ugh. Oh, flooded. Flooded for days. Definitely with all that ramp, it felt like 20 lands going down from 22 still would be good. Reduce the chances of something like that happening. But definitely that game too, if you didn't catch it, you gotta check it out. Oh, that was a doozy. You see the lovely potential of these two particular super friends. Beautiful. Torrential Gearhulk. Hopefully we face Izzet. Torrential Gearhulk. Would be nice for Tranquil Throwback to shine some more. Greasefang, potentially. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. There's definitely tons of stuff we face. Kind of nice it wasn't back-to-back Rakdos. Back-to-back dose, as I like to say. I mean, technically I could risk this hand. 1 land, 2 chances to draw the second one. No, let's not do it. Okay, that's worse. It's no source of red. 1 more. Oh, it's going downhill. Oh my goodness, still one. Okay. Well, that's how she goes. And we don't know what they were all about. Huh? 1, actually 2, then 2 lands, but it was 2 sources of green. Maybe I could up the sources of red, but now turn 2 source of red. There's 8 things that want a source of red on turn 2, and 1 thing that wants a source of green. So definitely the red 1 again. Okay, well, we finally got something reasonably decent. Took us a bit. Send Galta to the bottom, definitely. Watch us draw a bunch of lands. Lands for days. Oh, Huntmaster, that is pretty good. Of course, I would expect them to take Huntmaster out. We're going to wait. I can go Lukka next turn, ramp with him, still play Huntmaster. Currently, there's nothing Huntmaster is going to power out, and I imagine they're going to have some form of removal. Maybe they will have for a Planeswalker, but at least we will get Huntmaster here. Regis or Alpha afterwards. This person is new. Lukka hadn't resolved yet. Huh. Interesting. They thought he was on the battlefield, I guess, maybe with the entrance animation, and they just prematurely edicted with Shieldred's edict. Huh. I'll take it. There's the cut down or fatal push, but definitely you see a bunch of sources of black. Something is gonna die. Oh, it's a basic black deck. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I do want to take out the Malakir Callblade, that's for sure. Go with Marauding Raptor as well. Power Lukka up. Of course, I could have done Marauding first. Definitely would have been a little bit nicer. Oh, it doesn't look like they have maybe removal for stuff. Very good. That Shieldred is it's pretty rough. Definitely sacrificing Marauding Raptor there. Hopefully getting something big next turn. We can play anything at this point. Oh, it's another land. Nuts. Well. I'm going to attack with both. Shieldred is going to block somebody. Then Lukka is going to finish off Shieldred. And the Malakir Callblade. Maybe. Oh, that's a goof on their part. Love it. Can't take out the Callblade, but that's okay. Phew. Tranix Rex, Carnage Tyrant at Tally. And we'd almost be able to flip a Tally as well. Yeah, Shieldred and Shieldred the Apocalypse. That's pretty painful stuff. No lands. Really? Really? Huh. Now we'll see if we draw something that is the land next turn, and there's a pretty good chance at this point. But if it's not a land next, if it's still a land next turn, I should say, that's definitely going to be it. Unfortunate losing to a basic black deck like this. Of course, Shieldred, the Apocalypse, and regular Shieldred there. The new version of her. Does pack a punch. All right, yes. Hopefully, you have some good sleep. You wake up nice and rested. Not a land. Not a land. Oh. Well, I mean, it is something. It's not nothing. Okay, just make a 3/3 Phyrexian beast. Block Shieldred and buy ourselves a little bit of time, hopefully. Keep a Karplusan Forest in our hand just because maybe they do have Thoughtseize. Perhaps they'll take 2 and that would be nice. Lukka, I imagine, is going to go down to 1. Both of those creatures will probably attack him. Oh. Okay, well, okay, that was rough. Yeah, well, we're not coming back from that. 20 lands, sometimes you get flooded or you just don't see anything. Really wildly different. Can't win them all. We'll get them next time. Basic mono black, indomitable creativity, mono white human, so mono green devotion, of course, I would figure is in the mix. Rakdos, I would be surprised if I didn't face Rakdos Midrange at least once in the night. Always nice to take out Shieldred with Lukka, I must say. I've done that a few times before, and that is super, super satisfying. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely. Definitely like the looks of that. Well, that should work out. Okay. Certainly has to be Castle Garenberg. I don't have any forests, so naturally that would always be the first land. Gruul vehicles, potentially. Oh, Atraka's command. Atraka red. It looks like. Or just Atraka burn. Something. Well, hopefully Huntmaster survives, but I don't have high hopes for what they've got. They've almost guaranteed to have something that at least takes Huntmaster out. Ah, okay, well, I'm not blocking, that's for sure. Phew. Oh, that is good. Hold off on Rampaging Raptor. Hopefully that deters the aggression from Samet. Questing Beast. That is a little bit unfortunate. At least we do get to trade with it, so that's not nothing. They paid for to destroy Rampaging Raptor, effectively. Next turn, possibly Lukka, if I draw a 5th land, and we could take out Samet right then and there. I know who I'm blocking, that's for sure. Well, they'll draw a card, we take out Samet. That's okay by me. Definitely Regis Ralph. I think we might be able to get him here. Certainly 4, that's very low. I don't want to mess around whatsoever. Keep everybody back. And hope they don't have Embercleave at some point coming up here. Well, I know there's no Embercleave. That is pretty good. Something that gives double strength. Oh, exactly. Yeah. That's how it goes. Trample. Didn't realize about that trample, but they got us. Just didn't really get that removal early enough. Lukka certainly would have packed a punch. Karn Silex, maybe that could have done the trick, but I got to imagine Domri, Lukka should be enough removal. Oh, that's like definitely the keeper of keepers, 100%. See a third land. Thunderherd Migration turn 2, Lukka turn 3, playing Huntmaster with its ability. I like it. Now grab a Source Red, just in case I don't see a 4th land, so I can still go Huntmaster for 2, Marauding for 1, requiring 2 sources of red with that particular sequence. Hopefully they play some stuff and people are safe. Okay, definitely looks like that's the case. Phew. Don't think they have anything instant speed for 1 green that would take things out. We're definitely going to be killing something right here. Nah, I can't afford to block. I gotta maintain the potential of Carnage Tarnt. Next turn, that is what I'm doing. Boom. There you go. I love it. Hold back Carnage Tarnt. Stop anything from properly attacking on the ground, I would imagine. Hopefully. Take out this Feldon. He has to be taken out at some point. They look at the top 2 cards. They can play one of them. Yeah. Hopefully Marauding is safe. Phew. Marauding is safe. Oh, and a Regis Ralph to boot. Lukka certainly would be nice, I must say. Next turn, Smoke. Most people, although the Phoenix chick at the very least would connect in. Take Lukka down, unfortunately. Just Regis Ralph it is. Tons of fantastic bodies coming up. And a Marauding. Power up that. Well, I still can only attack with Carnage Tarnt, so that's how it has to be. But I think I have enough bodies that I can block whatever they want to do next turn, and I think we'll still be safe. Maybe. I don't see them being able to deal 12, especially because they got a bunch of creatures on the ground. But still, Embercleave, I think, is going to be pretty scary stuff. We're going to see it coming up at some point here. Be very surprised if that wasn't the case. Shivan Devastator. Now that is pretty devastating. Well, only dealing 5. Lukka next turn, take out a bunch of stuff. Well. Okay, we'll go with a tally. If that doesn't get the job done, I don't know what will. Lukka and Atraka's command. Oh! Yes, please. Whew, whew. The top deck Atali for the win. That's pretty good. That Atali would have been a land. Again, 20 lands. Well, 22 lands. Trimmed 2 to make space for that. Oh, I know. That did the trick. But of course, if Atali was a land, that turn I would have gotten to 5, would have played Lukka, taken out the Shivan Devastator, the Phoenix Chick, and Etching of Kumano for a total of 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Only leaving them with Samet. So another land also probably would have still got the job done, but that was definitely sweeter than just a boring old land, a forest, or I think it was Crag Crown Pathway and Timber Crown Pathway before I trimmed it down to the absolutely insane 20. I do like this though. Hey Ben Pierce, how's it going? Long time no talk. Hopefully all is well with you, as well as can possibly be. Another Domri, well, don't exactly need that, but being busy, hopefully a good busy. Get that scary Carnage Giant eventually. Although continually being hit for 3 with Feldon, Ronom, Excavator. 5 this turn. Rough stuff. Especially if they go with Tarka's command. Ouch. Well, I guess we're sometimes you just die, especially against a deck like that. Yeah. Yes, happy you can tune in. Oh, okay. Well, at least you did see it come into pretty good effect there for the opponent. Fortunately, we got him, but Atraka doing their classic stuff, getting some early things, hasty aggression. Yeah. Of course, I still love the Rampaging Raptor that I'm using. Trample, haste, 4/4. Still my big scary dinos, which I just can't seem to get away from. Can't win against everything, I guess. You could be super aggressive, maybe not as good against other stuff, but of course if you're super aggressive, naturally maybe Control would have a tough time against you as well. You keep up fast early pressure, they have to have the sweeper. Of course, hopefully you don't overextend into the sweeper, you hold some bodies back, keep dropping bombs. This does seem pretty good. 2 lands, bunch of stuff for 2, hopefully getting to a tally. Speaking of Azorius Control, perhaps that's what we're about to see. I think. Or spirits. Something's happening to someone. Just hope it's not Thunderherd Migration here. Sensor. Jawari Disruption. Oh, they let it happen. Oh boy. Definitely want a second source of red, just in case I get a 4th land next turn, Curious Obsession on the Spectral Sailor, so this is Azorius Spirits. Unfortunate I don't have Shifting Ceratops. So hopefully, I imagine there's going to be Geistlight Snare. I'm going to try for another Thunderherd Migration though. Definitely going to be nice. Getting that ramp, they're not going to have 2 counter spells. They're going to stop one of these things. That's for sure. Right here. There's the Geistlight Snare. So they couldn't have played Geistlight Snare. That had a cost of 3. They only had 2 mana. They had to play the Spectral Sailor, reducing Geistlight Snare's cost by 1. Oh man, we're getting a lot of good stuff. Yeah, hopefully one more land, getting us to Tyrannix Rex or a Tally Primal Conqueror. Yeah, the Spell Quellers, they haven't dropped Supreme Phantom yet. Hopefully not. Hopefully they don't have another Spell Queller though. Oh boy. Actually, a Spell Queller can't deal with Carnage Tyrant. Not a whole lot can. Now we're into a race. I was worried about Rattle Chains. That's going to be a little rough. 5 damage each turn compared to my 7. Or I just get Tyrannix Rex next turn and, well, there's a Supreme Phantom I was worried about. Yeah. Painful stuff. Well, that's not going to do it. Yeah. Just a touch too slow. Of course, Shifting Ceratops, the ultimate bane against this deck. Absolutely. A Tally Primal Conqueror. Don't really need that. Galta. Nah. Well, they can counter both those things. I think they definitely will. Lukka. Tranquil Frillback. I mean, Karn Silex, if we could land it and it sticks around, or paying 2 for X, pretty much would smoke everything. We would have to pay 3 for a Spell Queller, but kind of like that. Let's do it. Let's do it. Karn Silex would be pretty nice. Perhaps we can sneak it in. They flash in a Spirit, or they somehow just so tap out. They're 1 mana off from countering Karn Silex on turn 3, and yeah, keeping that instantly. 4 lands, 2 Marauding Raptors is where I want to be. 2 sources of red, technically 3 with Karplusan Forest here. But hey, they're going to be in an uphill battle, that's for sure. Hopefully they don't bounce Marauding at least. Supreme Phantom. Oh, okay. Well, that actually is pretty good. Of course, they still draw a card, but they tapped out. That's not what you want to do. Oh boy, we got that guy as well. I think they're done for. We're hitting them for 8 this turn. They're not coming back from this anytime soon. A decent bit. Ben. Tyrannix Rex. I mean, this is my newest, most favorite edition. Quite a few sets after Streets of New Capenna. 7 for an 8/8. Can't be countered. Trample, Ward 4, Haste, and Toxic 4. It's pretty darn fantastic, I must say. Oh yes, I'll try JDX at least. You keep me honest, and I'll play it whenever I want to play it. That's how good it is. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think for the most part, Tyrannix Rex is better than Carnage Tyrant. Sometimes, of course, with the haste and often the Ward 4, the opponent having to pay an extra 4 whenever they target this. Oftentimes that is effectively hexproof. It's just lovely having another big, scary can't be countered. Trampling Dino for the top. I love it. Bounce something for one. Witness protection. Phase out. Something. Slip out the back. Carnage Time for the win. Oh, okay. I just love the art on this particular version of Tyrannosaurus Rex there. Get a bit more damage in with this lovely rampaging raptor, and we're taking out a rattle chains to boot. We've got better bodies than their bodies. Even if they drop a Supreme Phantom. At the very least, we get Carnage Tyrant next turn. Doesn't matter what they do. Even if they took out both Marauding Raptors. Castle Garenbrig making that 6 green. Possibly. There has been people that have cheated this out just with indomitable creativity. So they sacrifice a creature or an artifact, and they cheat out a big creature from their deck, or just any creature, but the only creatures in the deck are big creatures. It might be only 4 of this. So Tyrannosaurus Rex cheated out that way. Exile cards from the top of their library until they get a creature, and it's scary. Well, there are some ways for sure. Tap 2, still die. Fine by me. Smoke them. This is why Tyrannosaurus Rex is the king. They're dead. We would have been dead if we didn't have something with haste. Oh, that certainly is nice. Ben, you don't need to cheat him out when you do that. It's not really cheating, but Castle Garenbrig is the all-star. Continues to be. Even if I have 1 reduction, I only need 1 reduction. It takes Tyrannosaurus Rex's cost down to 6. Castle Garenbrig's ability, 2 and 2 green, add 6 green, as a lot of you guys have seen, and you saw right there. Man, smoke them. Phew. Of course, I still love Galta, the queen. She is lovely. 100%. I'm almost tempted to bring in Tranquil Throwback, though. I do like the Enchantment Destruction. If we get the Curious Obsession, we stop their art advantage. Of course, if they're going to be hitting multiple times, that's very nice, and starve them of resources, but I'll keep it like that. Yeah, time and again. Usually there's at least a few instances each night when I am using Tyrannosaurus Rex, that big, hasty trample does the trick. Hopefully this hand does the trick. Of course, 2 lands marauding, but definitely shifting Ceratops. Hopefully we get to sneak that in. Of course, Spirits on the play, not so great. I expect that Curious Obsession is coming down next turn. Sadly. Hopefully not. Well, Supreme Phantom also is pretty painful. Oh yes, JDX. That's probably why it is pretty expensive. I was kind of surprised, and I was happy that I was able to find my copies. I almost bought another playset of Castle Garenbrig because it's not legendary. That does surprise most people. They see it, they automatically assume, ooh, legendary land. I'm never going to see it in a game, but you can have multiples out. So you can feel good having a whole playset in a regular deck. They're going to do something to someone. Nebelgast. That's probably going to do us in. Didn't draw another land yet. Yeah. Alright, yes, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, but hopefully all continues to be well with you. A little bit more well than, well, that match I just had. That's alright. We got him with T-Rex. You saw the lovely, lovely potential. Another instance of how fantastic it can be. All right, is it going to be a different deck every match tonight? That's not often it happens. Usually, at least there's two that are the same, two Rakdos, two Mono Green, two Celestia Angels, which I still have not faced. I don't think Celestia Angels yet. Maybe once. Since facing them 3 weeks ago now, I think. Might have actually been closer to a month, which is pretty crazy. Ardor Maiden. Yeah, that looks all right. Yeah. We can work with that. Let's do it. I need 4 Castle Garenbeg. Of course, lovely seeing that Shelter Thicket. Fortunately, they didn't have a turn 1 Thoughtseize off of that Hive of the Eye Tyrant, and you say Rakdos enough, you do face it eventually. 4 Garenbeg, lovely, lovely. It is the key, the bee's knees. You get Tranix Rex out and Carnage Tyrant a little bit sooner. Fatal Push, Power Word Kill, Blood Tithe Harvester, -2/-2, Bone Crusher Giant to finish it off, maybe. I don't think so. Don't expect more. Oh, that certainly is odd stuff. I'm going to go with Rampaging Raptor instead. Sacrifice the blood token. Okay, that is odd. Oh, it's nice they goofed up. They could have waited till Rampaging Raptor landed, sacrificed the blood token, meeting the requirement of Fatal Push to meet its revolt, and then Rampaging gone. Beautiful. Oh, deck building is so fun, yes. I just love tweaking stuff. Pushing it to the limit. At the very least, I have a night of examples. Variations, of course. I do like tweaking things ever so slightly. I look back over the week or the months and I'm like, oh yeah, that was good, that was not good, why this, why that. Fortunately, we got Castle Garenbeg, we got Lukka. Oh, this is what you want to be doing. Lukka for 4, his ability for 2. Yeah, boom. Take out a bunch of stuff next turn, potentially. Hold everybody back because I do want to preserve Lukka. Yeah, it is a good deck. It is a good deck. But yes, it is definitely nice when they do goof up like that. Although we're going to smoke absolutely everything they have. Boom. Yep. Got him. Phew. I don't think we'll get quite as lucky, but yeah. Man, I just want to keep a tally. That was fantastic against Atraka Red there. Stealing Atarka's command, getting a Lukka. Oh, it's always tempting. Even though it is kind of inconsistent, you might not get much of anything with a tally. And if you're paying 7, maybe you always want it to be consistent. You always want it to be a Tranix Rex or a Carnage Tyrant. But you get a body and 2 other things. I imagine usually that probably is always going to be worth it. Even if you don't ever get to flip and see a Tally Primal Sickness. That is pretty sick though. Oh. Definitely pretty slow. Certainly I could mix it in the middle. The curve is, it's rough. Right around here. Definitely another Dino for 4. Possibly I could move the Atali out. 2 Atalis, 2 Carnage Tyrant. Bring in the 4 Shifting Ceratops just to have a bunch more bodies that are cheaper. Ripjaw Raptor, of course, could be pretty fantastic, but I'm still kind of iffy on Ripjaw. Oftentimes I've had it land, it never draws a card, they kill it right away. Maybe it draws one card and then it dies. Yeah. Of course, the fighting potential with Domri and Ripjaw, taking out something, drawing a card, attacking, and then they block. We draw another card. It is pretty good, but I'd just rather always the thing for 4 to be pretty nice. You know, shifting Ceratops again. Better more often than what Ripjaw Raptor is, perhaps. Ward 4, it packs a punch. Again, maybe I could tweak things, have some cheaper bodies, have a better chance against almost didn't lock that in. I wasn't really going to make a whole lot of changes, but I was just having such a good time talking to you guys. Yeah. Maybe it's better to really focus on doing one way of something, whether it's dinos, whatever deck it is. You spread yourself super thin, and maybe that's good. You have a reasonable chance against a wider range of stuff, but you don't have a very good chance against some things. Yeah, something like that. Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of potential. I was thinking of centering it around T-Rex and Carnage Tyrant, of course, because if I'm doing things to get T-Rex, I would naturally get Carnage Tyrant, and hopefully this person also goofs up and they don't get rid of Thunderherd Migration. I would pat them on the back if they do that. No, don't do it. Oh, wow, okay. So this person is smart. Oftentimes I see people not get rid of Thunderherd Migration. Everything is revealed, so perhaps they think Thunderherd Migration's ability. If everything's revealed, I can't re-reveal a dinosaur, but that's not a thing. You just reveal the card again. The opponent doesn't gain that extra information, and sometimes I think it catches opponents off guard when I still cast it in the following turn. But yeah, make a bunch of threats. Lukka, if I can ramp and get to Carnage, or Tranix Rex, and then I play Lukka and just decimate everything. As long as I have a creature with at least 5 power, we take out Shieldred. But if it's 7 or 8, take out Shieldred and a Blood Tithe Harvester. Wide range of stuff. Hopefully things live. They haven't killed Marauding, so that makes me suspect they don't have any removal. Very nice. Okay, we got it done. Maybe a little bit newer of a Rakdos player. I dodged a bullet there, definitely, with that fatal push. But yeah, there could be some tweaks to be made. Go even further into getting those big scary dinos. Maybe a little bit faster somehow, some way. You know what, we could look at that. There is some things that really do increase that potential, I think. Yeah, just kind of tweaking things. A Tally Primal Conqueror, of course, I think this might be the first thing I would look at trimming, you know. Add 2 more lands, add some ramping. Of course, there is one good thing. Actually, a few. Growing rates of Itlamok. I've always wondered about this. Yes, Drover the Mighty as well. Oh, family is going good. My daughter hasn't woken up. I don't think she had a nap today. Didn't take me too long to get her to sleep, but I only had to read her 2 books. That is like a world record. Usually it's more than that. So she was definitely tired. I was kind of falling asleep as well. In her big girl bed. It's a regular crib mattress size. I'm 6'3". In a regular baby crib mattress, it does not fit me. So I kind of crunch my legs up and she is beside me. Sometimes I can sneak away. I have to ask her multiple times. Can I leave now? Oh, no. 5 more minutes. She doesn't know what 5 minutes is, so I wait like 1 minute and sometimes I get to escape. Sometimes it takes a while, so I start this a little bit later, but yeah, Growing Rites of Itlamok. Oh, she loves me. It is the best. It is the best. She does want me to stay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. 6'3". Gets the job done. I'm not as big as Dr. Disrespect, I must say. That guy. And I was also thinking of making a alternate persona. Dr. Respect or Physician Respect. Mr. Respect. Something like that. Play some Call of Duty multiplayer shooter games and always be nice. An opponent hits me with a pickaxe or a throwing knife and I'm like, oh, nuts. That was really good from the opponent. Really good throw. Then I keep getting spawn camped. This guy has really learned the game. This is good stuff. Maybe I'll kill him this match. If it doesn't happen, something like that. But yeah, getting back on track. Growing Rites of Itlamok. It makes me wonder. Helping power out, trying to extract something. If I can get 4 creatures, which sometimes does not happen. A persona that's brutally honest. Big dinos definitely suit me. I'm big, 6'3". It's hard to escape this. Definitely works in elves, I think. Not so much with this. Oftentimes Huntmaster dies. It's pretty rare that I do have 4, so not Growing Rites. Skyclave Relic. Wherever it is. Right here. It's always been something I've tried every now and then. Maybe. I still like being myself. That's the most comfortable, easy thing. If I continue to be myself, that's going to increase my longevity doing this. It makes it not tiring, I should say. Of course, I am a little bit tired every now and then. I do some misplays and oops. Nuts. But I make it something that is just me, so I can keep doing this as much as possible. But yeah, something early, ramping, hard to interact with. Skyclave Relic, maybe, mix in a few copies. Indestructible. You don't have to worry about artifact destruction, which can be a thing. Prismari Command destroys an artifact. Abrade in Rakdos or Indomitable Creativity destroys an artifact. Not a whole lot of things. Of course, they can still exile it, but I've always loved the thought of that. Yeah. Alright, I say we jump into it, see if I want to tweak something. Maybe trim a couple copies of Lukka to 2 copies of Atali, just to get some cheaper stuff. Get to T-Rex and smoke them. Blow them out of the water. Boom. I still want to keep in Galta. Maybe trim Galta down to 1 copy. Of course, that would be a very sad day if I trimmed the Queen down. I don't think I would ever really cut the Queen. I did try it for a couple nights there. Man, that felt wrong. Ugh. Ooh, well, that hand also feels quite wrong, unfortunately. Oh, that feels right. Good stuff. Definitely send the tally to the bottom. I still want to, maybe this weekend, I'll try focusing on a tally, grind out a bunch of games with that fantastic option. Man, it never gets old. Rolling the dice, seeing what you get, tends to do the trick. The World Tree. What do we got going on? Well, they didn't kill anything, which is nice. I expect Huntmaster maybe is going to go down. Oh, it doesn't. Enchantments or something. Maybe. There's the Thoughtseize. Phew. So we know they just drew that Thoughtseize because they didn't go with it next turn, or the previous turn. If we get something next turn, it doesn't matter what. Oh, alright. Maybe they do have removal for Rampage, and I think maybe not. They didn't take out Huntmaster, so they're probably not taking out Rampage. And boom, Domri coming up. Yeah, I don't know what this opponent is doing. Chromatic Black, potentially. Torment of Hailfire. If that's the case and we see it, I'll explain it. I've seen it before a month or two ago. Very, very painful stuff. See if my prediction is right. Something's got to happen this turn. Mastermind's Acquisition. Well, they search their library for a card, they put it into their hand. They can't play it this turn, but I imagine it's going to be pretty darn impactful. Certainly go with Domri and do as much as we possibly can. 7 damage, that's alright. We can play pretty much anything at this point. Well, not anything, but a decent amount of things. What did they grab? It's got to be removal of some sort. Oh, go for the throat is good. Huh. To take out 2 creatures, they used 2 pieces of removal. That's pretty good. And one of them was a sweeper. Extra nice. Of course, Domri, nothing to fight, so Thunderherd Migration. Reveal Marauding Raptor, play Marauding Raptor, and still be left with a single mana. Technically didn't really need to do that because they see Domri, so there's no bluffing that's going to happen, but still could possibly bluff. And Chromatic Black it is. Okay. Definitely felt like that was the case. Seeing the World Tree. If they have 7 or more lands, 6 or more lands they control, tap for a man of any color. Well. We can't attack, and hopefully we just don't get more lands. They are going to use Golos' ability, unfortunately, and there's nothing we can do. Just hope the hits off of Golos is not too bad. Exiling the top 3 cards, I believe. Pretty sure. Okay. Oh, they got a tally. Okay. We're definitely dead. Yeah. Oh, they got Tranix Rex. That tends to do the trick. Oof. Okay, so, as I suspected, Golos has to die, 100%. We've got Tranquil Throwback to destroy artifacts. That is what's coming in, the big time. Lukka, I'll trim Lukka. Maybe. Actually, you know what? It would be pretty satisfying with a tally to play that, to steal their own tally, to get another tally, to get 2 more spells, or just get a Golos. Something like that. Oh, yeah. Down to 6. But yes, definitely. Golos has to go down. They play Golos, we kill Golos. That's where it's at. Back to nature? Yeah. Karn Silex. 2 Lukkas. Keep up the ramp. Maybe the potential to help play our own Atali, and yeah, hopefully seeing Tranquil Throwback to start. I don't think I'll mulligan aggressively specifically for the Throwback. Okay, that seems alright by me. Perhaps they are a little bit light on the removal. They do have some, and may have brought it in from the sideboard. They did mulligan once, which is nice. Even if Huntmaster goes down, we still get Domri, and hopefully it survives for 1 turn and we get Rampaging Raptor. Live. You can do it. Ooh. Well, we're losing Rampaging Raptor, I think. Probably. Or maybe they're super scared of Carnage Tower. Oh, okay. Okay, that's alright. Definitely go with Domri. We're at 4. If this Huntmaster survives, it means we get a Carnage Tower next turn. That's where it's at. Cross your fingers. Possibly could have just played the other Huntmaster this turn, but I think Domri is definitely safer. Oh, phew. Get him. That's how you do it. I don't think they're coming back. They only have 3 lands. Okay. Well, that's not nothing. Well, they're blocking Carnage Town, that's for sure. Down to 3. Oh, I could have played that Stomping Ground. No. That's alright. On Tranquil Throwback. Searching for the World Tree. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, just 3 Domris, just kind of unlucky. So early on, in the top 12 to boot. Yeah. Yeah, you run the risk. He is fantastic, does so much stuff I love. Just very unfortunate. Golos does have to block 1. But Domri fighting with the other one that's left over still wouldn't take him out, sadly. Yeah, we'll just pump him up. Take him down to 1 and hope for the best. Even closer than the previous game. Cross your fingers. The hits are bad. That's pretty good. Path of Peril. I mean, it takes out Huntmaster, but it was a land and Chromatic Lantern. That is not doing much. Hasty, Tranix Rex, you can do it. Oh, Regis or Alpha. Well, that does it. Almost. Now, Domri could fight... Oh, yeah. That's what it has to be. I don't get to attack with the token. Oh. Well, they just packed it in. Okay, okay. Oh, and Regisaur Alpha survived. That's math is hard. I thought Regisaur was going to trade, but Golos only has 3 power. Regisaur, of course, has 4 toughness, so it's all good there. Phew, phew. Thank you, Domri. Once again, I mean, that 5, just increasing the power by 1. Golos, Sheoldred, lots of painful things with 5 toughness that now we can take out a little bit easier. Again, Domri, Rampaging Raptor, boom, 4 power. Pretty good. And you connect likely with more damage, which means you get to send more damage to a battle or a Planeswalker with Rampaging Raptor's ability. But not so much with that hand. Yeah, I mean, we got to keep it eventually. 1 more. Ooh, okay, well, 1 land, 1 land, 1 land. Well, I think we'll still play something for 2. We got 2 chances to see that second land. Get rid of Thunderherd Migration if you know what's good for you. Another Domri, that's unfortunate. Tranquil Throwback, also rough stuff. Gotta be coming up. Hey, we got it. We got it. Certainly later than I would have expected. Let's play the first thing and watch it die. Cut down, fatal push. Let's see that third land. Definitely nice seeing Tranquil Frillback. Oof, okay, that's marauding. Back-to-back Tranix Rexes is, well, not the funnest thing in the world. I mean, it would be pretty cool if I pulled off a win here. Crazy. Hey, we're getting there. We're getting there. Hey, we're up to 4. Possibly 5 next turn. If get to 5, I can use Castle Garenbrig's ability, or 4 plus Castle Garenbrig. Not so bad. Not so bad. Play Tranquil Frillback next turn, although they haven't played Golos, so we'll wait a second. Definitely think they're playing Golos next turn, that's for sure. If I get another land next turn and Marauding is still... oh, there's the Golos, folks. You know what's coming up. Oh, this is gonna be good. Smoke them. Absolutely. Devastating. Oh, this feels dirty. Pay it twice. Gain some life. Yeah, gain some life. Oh, for 1 green, Golos is out of here, and I deal 5 damage. Boom. Phew. We bought us a little bit of time. Wall Stronghold is going to make a lot of black dough. 4, so they got 6 mana in total. Taking out something. Searching for removal on Tranquil Frillback. Tranix Rex would land next turn with 9 power. Marauding would be 5. Wouldn't quite be lethal, unfortunately. Might just take him down to 1. By 1. Oh boy. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Still not another land, unfortunately, but hey. Dealing 4 damage is a pretty decent fallback. Ooh, that's not so great. But another land is. Pay 1, pretend I don't have another dino in hand. We got 4, we get 5 next turn, we got Regisaur Alpha, and maybe we make something happen. Hopefully. Yes, absolutely, Victor, you said it. Atraxa. I guess I could have expected that. You can see lots of things, of course, with the World Tree. Again, their land's tapping for a man of any color. That's a pretty good thing to be playing. One with the multiverse. Hopefully that... yeah. Not going to be doing a whole lot. I don't think we're making this happen. They'll probably go 1 with the multiverse next turn. Play lands, cast spells from the top of their library once during each of their turns. Cast a spell from their hand or the top without paying its mana cost. Oh, that is painful stuff. Tranquil Frillback wouldn't really do much of anything. It would just get rid of their graveyard. And, yeah. Maybe could have made something happen, potentially, but I don't think so. Yeah, it certainly was a valiant effort starting off. Bunch of mulligans. Pretty sweet. I'm still pretty impressed. I enjoyed that. Right, next one. Azorius Control. Let's bring the pain to that. My favorite matchup. Always nice to finish off against that. Or just something where Lukka takes out multiple creatures. Haven't really seen Lukka do too much. Or Lukka just lands and the opponent knows what's going to happen. They're going to be swept and creatures are going to attack. I may not get to use his ability because they know they're done for. Supra Power 94. Toyota Supra, I would imagine. Never really been into cars much. Well, that's a wacky hand. I mean, I'll keep it. Certainly could be worse. Has been worse. Very slow and very unfortunate to not see something 4/3 or less. Rakdos Sacrifice. Okay, well, that is... it won't be too bad. Certainly Rampaging Raptors, having Trample. We get to fly past things, and claim the Firstborn can't steal Rampaging because it does have a mana value of 4. So that's pretty good. Gotta get something quick though. Yeah, just very unfortunate not seeing one of the 16 things that are a mana value 3 or less. Yeah. You never know. Or there you go. Of course, if you don't see one of the 12 things for 2, there's a very good chance that it is coming up. Technically, with 12 things for 2, you would expect to see it in basically every variation of hands. Of course, well, we see how that's not the case. But that's okay. We drew out one fatal push. One less fatal push that would be used on the Rampaging Raptor. And they just got a bunch of Witch's Ovens, which is not so bad. They don't have the cat. They don't have Mayhem Devil. Well, we might have a chance here. Ooh, we got a chance here, definitely. Oh boy. Hopefully they don't have Power Word Kill. At the very least, I think maybe Rampaging Raptor will connect. I don't expect they would use Witch's Oven to sacrifice the priest to meet the requirement for fatal push. Taking out Priest of Forgotten Gods with Domri, Anarch of Bolas. That has to happen. Don't mess around with this deck. You see Priest of Forgotten Gods, if you can kill her, you kill her. Absolutely. Don't let that thing live. You kill it on sight. You don't ask questions. Yeah. And thank me later. If I see Priest of Forgotten Gods, she's automatically public enemy number 1. Next turn, hey, we get Tranix Rex, and that against a deck with lots of little creatures, that chump block, Tranix Rex just, of course, runs right through them. Hopefully they don't have Thoughtseize, but still, at the very least, we would be slapping down another Rampaging to make this opponent rage. Raging Rampaging Raptor. Oh, that rolls off the tongue. Maybe one night I'll name the stream that. Raging Rampaging Raptors. Yeah, it really has a ring to it. R and R and R. Maybe they can kill us next turn. Of course, this is lethal right there. Mayhem Devil has to block. So I think they are dead. Unless they can somehow make another... Yeah. We got him. Yes. The Mayhem Devil going down means I think we might have him. Cut, how's it going? Oh, it's going pretty good tonight. We've seen Domri and Lukka, the two Planeswalker super friends, come into effect quite nicely. Lots of ramp, removal, increased aggression, whatever it is, but still, Tyrannix Rex, that guy keeps being the all-star night and night again. I think we got him. Definitely Rampaging Raptor next turn. I will have 7, so I will have 3 left over to do Rampaging Raptor's ability. Just have to make sure it doesn't use up too many Karplusan forests. Oh, got him. That's how you do it. Cut, you joined at the right time. It has been a little bit painful, but of course that can be expected with something pretty crazy. 20 lands. Of course I'm not put off by rough hands. Again, 22 lands, you might not see much. 24, when you get into the range of 24, you really increase the chances of getting flooded. I mean, I still get flooded with 20. As long as you're having a good time and you're aware of changes percentage-wise. Of course, if maybe you have a bad streak with some particular changes, but the chances of that happening are pretty low. It was just unlucky to see it. It makes you think the deck is maybe worse than it is. You want to play as much as you can stomach with any particular change. However, Tranquil Throwback, that is Karn Silex. What am I thinking? Trim Batali. Trim some Lukkas. Actually, I probably just need Carnage, or Karn Silex. That would smoke everything they have. Basically. Take out Mayhem Devil and everything underneath. Ooh. Okay. Trim a bunch of stuff from the top. Lukka is nice. Karn Silex definitely nicer. Of course, Lukka is a legendary permanent, same as Karn Silex, so similar that way. There it is. Boom. Love it. Karn Silex turn 3. Hopefully no Thoughtseize, which is very nice. Drop that Witch's Oven. Do it. Okay. Well, I know I'm definitely playing this coming up. Maybe. We'll see if they play a bunch of creatures. The Witch's Oven, Cauldron Familiar, Mayhem Devil. They're waiting to kill the thing that I play coming up this turn. Of course, Tranquil Throwback. I don't have any extra green to pay for its ability. Straight up, it would be 3. Nothing left over. I think they have removal for something. I don't think it's going to be for a Planeswalker, so we'll hope for the best. No ramp, and maybe Domri is going to stick around. Maybe Domri means we get Carnage time next turn. If I draw Castle Garenbrig and Domri's still there, boom. Ooh, that's not Castle Garenbrig, but yeah, definitely Karn Silex. Cross your fingers they don't have a Braid to destroy it. It basically stops them from playing anything next turn. It wouldn't make sense a whole lot because I would just destroy what they play, so that's alright. No Braid. Oh, phew. They would have to do something to it or play nothing. They'll take him out because they know that stuff is going to die. Maybe they play something. Okay, good. You know what? Let's go with Tranquil Throwback. Destroy that blood token or force him to sacrifice it. Well, maybe. I figured they have something they want to discard. They may have, probably weren't going to use it anyways, or they would maybe wait to play another Blood Tithe Harvester. They were hoping to get some blood tokens. Okay. If they want to play something big this turn, of course I can take out Jengatha if they played it. A 5 for X. Or they got a Braid. Oh, maybe they just got a Braid. Or they're still just looking at Karn Silex. They're like, I still don't want to play anything. Now I get to sit back, relax, and watch them squirm, and hopefully get to a 6 land, Carnage Tarnt, then pop Karn Silex, take out everything, still being left with this. Deal as much damage as possible. That's also pretty good. Feast of Forgotten Gods to sacrifice the Throwback and the Blood Tithe Harvester. We lose 2 life. Draw some cards. So they do play Jengatha. Okay. Well, popping it. Boo. Okay, hopefully that bought us some time. Of course, they're going to barf a bunch of stuff right now, or just hit us with Hive of the Eye Tyrant. That's not good. Yikes. It still was pretty cool seeing the Karn Silex stand there. Oh, we'll play another one. I guess they're just going to keep hitting us with Hive of the Eye Tyrant. So I would hopefully see Regis or Alpha at the very least. 2 bodies, which would maybe double block that. Oh, Regis or Alpha. We got it. Cross your fingers, no fatal push. Oh, there's a fatal push. There's a fatal push. There's not. Good. Very nice. Okay, there's that. Oh, they just... Okay, that's pretty good. Just steal everything. So we're going to keep that in mind. Of course, claim the Firstborn. Stealing a creature with a mana value 3 or less. But they also had the pretty fantastic Bloody Betrayal. Gain control of target creature, so doesn't matter what mana value it is. And they make a blood token, synergizing pretty nicely with the Blood Tithe Harvester as well. They steal a creature, and then they maybe tap with the Blood Tithe Harvester to take out maybe the only creature that I'm left with. Very good on them. I still like that Karn Silex though, I must say. Yeah. Tranquil Throwback kind of felt a little bit iffy. I want to trim 2 of that. I want to bring in a Tally. Again, for the most part, Karn Silex probably is going to put in enough work. Oh, ooh, that's good. Definitely very nice seeing that Tranquil Throwback, since I did cut 2 of the copies. 2 of the 4. So yeah, oh, it's shaping up. Hopefully no claim the Firstborn. Fatal push. Something. Hopefully Marauding survives at least a turn, although it is nice having a backup. Kroxa, that's not too bad. Certainly have to maintain Tranquil Throwback though, because we're going to be exiling Kroxa. You know what, maybe I do get rid of Marauding. Let's do that. Oh. Love it, but yeah, this guy has to happen. Get rid of their graveyard. Boom. And I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to get that pressure. Of course, Unlucky Witness dies. They exile top 2 cards. They can play 1. It's probably going to be one of those Blood Tithe Harvesters because they don't want them to go to waste. Maybe a Fatal Push on... Oh, playing the first one. Okay. Huh. Sacrificing it to a Deadly Dispute. It was on the tip of my tongue. Fatal Push with the treasure. Oh, okay. Oh, Karn Silex it is. Let's get that down and make them cry. Whew. Quake in their boots. Destroy all their treasures, blood tokens, food tokens, anything they play. Smoked. I'm liking this. If they have no way to deal with it, if we can get it down early and they haven't done much, they're just going to feel bad about doing anything. And it really makes them consider, do I play a bunch of things or do I not? I may pop a Karn Silex next turn just to take out Fable and the treasure and the Goblin token and the Cauldron Familiar. Ooh, yeah. I like that. Oh, but I also like Regis or Alpha, so you know what has to happen. And I can still pop Karn Silex as well. Do some damage as much as possible. Okay. I think I'll leave it like that. Wait for Karn Silex next turn and Fable of the Mirror Breaker. They will get to sculpt their hand a little bit. I would imagine they'll send at least one thing to the bottom. Or maybe they're digging for something fantastic for removal. Hopefully not for Karn Silex. And I can only activate it as a sorcery. I could... Well, it would have been lovely to activate it at instant speed, but that definitely would have been a little bit overpowered. Man, that would have been nice. At the very least, I'll always be left with Regis or Alpha when I do pop it. Play a few things, blockers, and yeah, I think it overall slows down what they're wanting to do, what maybe a lot of decks are wanting to do. I also like Domri to boot. Get rid of that Mayhem Devil. Preserve Karn Silex as much or as long as possible. Okay, that seems alright. Now I think if I paid 0 for X, taking out tokens and everything, I think it still would take out Reflection. Okay, 3 it is. Alright. Well, we know what we're doing. Probably. Unless I do draw Tyrannix Rex next turn, of course. Yeah, it's got to be Karn Silex coming up. That certainly is a good catch-all. Mono White, Rakdos, Rakdos Sacrifice, Mono Green Devotion. Get a few big creatures, get Karn Silex. We're left with stuff. They're likely left with nothing. What's it good against? Stuff with non-land permanents. And that's a lot. Make the Hasty Goblin. Sack. No, yeah. Guess that's about the best they can do. Ooh. Boom. Love it. I definitely play this Stomp Ground. I'll take 2 just because, well, I want to go with Thunderherd Migration, get some more lands, thin the deck out, increase the chance of seeing something that isn't a land on the next draw. Again, it's not a big difference, but hey, we got something going on. Oh, there it is. Love it. I think that's going to be all right. Good enough aggression to maybe get the job done. It is nice that Blood Tithe Harvester has to block. They'll get 1 Cauldron Familiar back, but still, we're left with Lovely Bodies. They technically don't have much of anything. 1 cat isn't going to save them. Maybe they can do some painful stuff if they get another oven, another cat. Yeah. They're going to have to tap the Witch's Oven this turn, or else we get the Dinosaur back. And they may not want to do that. Yes, very awesome indeed. Hey, good stuff. That's what I want to be doing. Taking out the Cauldron Familiar. Take out one thing that could block. They'll get 1 cat back, but they can't. Oh, okay, okay. They'll go to 6, unfortunately. That's alright, though. Well, they'll go to 1. They gain 1 life when it enters. Oh, down to the wire. Oh, boy. I must say, Karn Silex, that's pretty cool to see it work out. Make the opponent squirm like nothing else. Oh, man, that was good stuff. That was good stuff. Good game, yes. Yeah, so maybe, perhaps, Karn Silex could be the thing to get into the mix. You saw how when it landed, the opponent stopped doing things. Oh, absolutely. Again, what is Karn Silex good against? Everything that has stuff on the battlefield. That is the overwhelming majority. You keep it simple. Mono-white humans. Again, Karn Silex is colorless. Brave the Elements does not protect against Karn Silex. Beautiful. Although mono-white humans can be pretty aggressive, the Karn Silex still might not be fast enough, but still. It would bring the pain against stuff that brings the pain to me. If they don't have good aggression, they slow themselves down so they don't lose everything. But if they slow down, it gives me a better chance to get Tyrannosaurus Rex, maybe. Maybe it's Rakdos Sacrifice, specifically, that we just saw right here. That has really been increasing in popularity. It has been performing pretty good in tournaments. Of course, lots of big trampoly things. We didn't see it. Which is really crazy to not see 1 Carnage or Tyrannosaurus Rex. But stuff with trample, I'm not too worried. However, Karn Silex to sweep all the blood tokens and treasures and ovens and cats. It's pretty much the best catch-all. Definitely. Huh. I mean, you could probably just start off with Karn Silex. That is a good point. Karn Silex is more often useful than it isn't. Basically, Azorius controlled. Dimir Rogues, Karn Silex. Take out all the rogues. If you can sneak it in sometime, but yeah. Catch-all. Yes, oh, that is a good pun. Oh, man. Good stuff, good stuff. I'm usually the one for puns, but it certainly is a catch-all for all the cats. Because we're likely to face Rakdos Sacrifice once again. Hey, that was a fantastic nightcap if I've ever seen one. That was good. Always nice to finish on a positive note, think about things. Yeah. Maybe something that you guys tried, but Definitely something I'll keep doing. Of course, Tyrannix Rex, I mean, tweak it. Support it in some way, make the opponent go slower, cheaper creatures, whatever it is. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, alright, Victor, Cut, Pterosaurus, JDX. Anybody else watching right now, or if you're watching later on because you passed out from my soothing voice. Have a good rest of your day, night, rest of your time zone, whenever it is, wherever it is you are watching. Remember, there's always room for improvement. Take a bite out of that like button if you haven't already, and see you next time. Peace.